Hello and welcome to the third episode of From Dirt We Grow. I am your host, Stephanie Kendall, and as always, I want to thank you so much for being here with us. I am confident we're on the right track. We're gaining momentum and on our way to making some real differences for the greater good. So keep sharing, keep spreading the word, keep those ideas and suggestions rolling in because together we'll find the way. Make sure to hit me with the LSB, like, subscribe bell. So, on that note, the last couple shows, I've just stuck to the straight facts. Hopefully, leaving behind some food for thought and or inspiring the spark of uniting for change. But now I think it's time we switch up a little bit and throw out some opinion-based topics, opening communication lines for some discussion and healthy debate. I want to hear from you guys. Please make good use of the comment section and let's really get started on breaking barriers and building bridges. So, I'm gonna throw out some topics for you that I feel strongly about. These are some seriously outdated practices they still use right now, and I just don't understand them or agree with them, and I want to talk about it. Granted, I'm no politician, but hey, apparently that is not a disqualifier. So, let's get going. I need to know why there are basically no prerequisites to be, I can't say that word for some reason, prerequisites to become president. Like, no qualifications are needed, no political background is necessary, no military background, no education requirements. It's ridiculous. It's literally harder to get an entry level job anywhere in America than it is to become president of the United States. It's crazy. It's crazy and actually a little reckless, I think. But if anybody can explain that to me, I would love to hear it. And actually, I would love even more a sensical explanation as to how the constant shift of power between two opposing parties could ever have been thought to be beneficial in any way to anyone. It makes no sense to expect any progress if, on either side, steps forward are taken and then reversed when opposition takes office, and this cycle goes on and on and on with the constant shift of parties, and nothing actually progressive can ever come out of it. This structure of campaigning the rights of an entire nation in all its splendor cannot be the best we've got. Not to mention, it's yet another and one of the biggest reasons for division in society. We don't need any more reasons to divide. We need to come together. I don't understand. Are we a democracy? Are we a republic? I know. A republic within a democracy, blah, blah, blah. Are we the effing United States of America or the divided States of America? I just don't understand why we can't have, like, okay, the highest level of government sets the standard, promoting a consistent, collaborative approach to upholding ideals and laws that hold society as a whole in its best interests. Because, the inconsistency of leadership is absolutely a major contributor to the breakdown of society and progressiveness. And speaking of leading by example, I have another major example of poor leadership, and it's the continued existence of war as the answer to conflict. First of all, this display of outdated, egotistical mansplaination to resolution is downright deplorable. It has a lose-lose outcome no matter what. People senselessly die, are torn away from their lives and families, develop life-altering, everlasting conditions physically and mentally, all because grown men can't mediate maturely. Is this really the most constructive way to resolve conflict amongst rational, educated, competent adults in the highest roles of leadership? I really don't think it is. And furthermore on that, frankly, I'm confused as to why we're so surprised by the amount of conflicts resorting to violence as the answer, because we're taught pretty young that is how we find resolution. This is the precedence set by our leaders. It's hypocritical and, again, non-productive. So I feel that these are detrimental flaws in our system, among a few more, that are deep seated and outdated, that can and should be modified to suit the new era. I mean, as flawed and uneducated as our forefathers were, they were smart enough and insightful enough to know that they didn't know everything and that it was important to leave room in the Constitution for interpretation and changes to be made as society progressed. I mean, we need to take them up on that. We need to go ahead and make some updates, some changes. Maybe if we stop treating the presidency like an entry level job and require some actual qualifications, we'd have somebody in there that would know when it's time for change and smart enough to know the beneficial impact of a thriving nation as a whole rather than a minuscule group of privileged while the rest of the population is left scrounging for scraps. So, there it is. We're going to end the show there. We're going to leave those thoughts out there and hopefully you make use of the comment section and reach out to me. I want to hear from you. I want to hear thoughts, opinions, suggestions, ideas, all of it. Thank you for so much for tuning in. This is From Dirt We Grow. Next week, we're going to switch it up again, so please don't miss it. But let's be me. Have a good one, y'all.